Good evening, everyone. This is Ryan Conley. It's Residual Bitcoin Miner, and it's about 3 o'clock in the morning. And I've been really blessed tonight to be working with Adam Guerbuez. Some of you may have known him. He was sued by Facebook for $873 million, I believe it was. In the book of Guinness World Records, he's one of the most top viral marketers I've ever seen. But he shared something with me, and this is his manifesto. He said he was going to give back to the Bitcoin community, to the community by sending Bitcoin viral after Mark Zuckerberg sued him for $873 million. I'm going to read this, guys, and I'm just going to read through it, his manifesto, but I think it's very important that you get to know who Adam Guerbuez is. So the title of this is what I am going to get the mainstream to use embrace Bitcoin. Okay, excuse me, what I am doing to get the mainstream to use and embrace Bitcoin. He says, the biggest problem that Bitcoin faces currently is the fact that everyone who is not too computer savvy, or at least somewhat of a geek, faces a plethora of tedious and boring geek speak whenever they try to gather information about Bitcoin on their own. There is no source out there that is actively promoting the use of Bitcoin in a friendly, simple manner that mainstream of all ages can understand. Over a month ago, I walked into the Bitcoin embassy here in downtown Montreal. They're in a large building with plenty of empty space, some flyers, leaflets, a Bitcoin ATM, and plenty of confusing geek speak to share anyone of who is not already comfortable with the very technical information being thrown at them. I myself felt uncomfortable when visiting the embassy, got the cold stare from the individual on the premises, and could sense tension in the air and social awkwardness. Little things like this told me that I had to take matters into my own hands and be an integral part of the major change needed to get the mainstream population interested in using Bitcoin. Armed in just barely 20 Canadian dollars value in Bitcoin in my wallet one night, I decided that I needed to do something totally random and unique by using the Bitcoin to buy food and give it out to the homeless people. I called up a friend and told him about my idea, and he thought it was great and agreed to film me as I did the deed. I picked him up and we went out to the local McDonald's. I chose the most filling and cheapest burgers from the menu and ordered as many as my little balance of Bitcoin could pay for. I used my Bitcoin debit card to pay for the food and then left to go out and find people in need. Just across the street, I seen several men huddled up on the church steps in sleeping bags. I approached them and said hello, and I asked if they were hungry. They were, so I handed them out the burgers to them, a couple each, and they were so happy. Their smiles and thank yous just made me feel incredible inside. I knew then and there I had done the right thing, and I needed to do it over and over to keep that satisfaction going. Wow. I put that video on YouTube and thousands of people watched it in a few days, and they started to send me tips in the form of Bitcoin using an awesome service called ChangeTip. Over at changetip.com, after figuring out how easy it was to pick up these tips, I did so and had roughly $40 worth of Bitcoin from strangers I liked, what I had done. Adding on some of my own Bitcoin to the mix, I went back to a few days after the first time and bought around 40 burgers this time, and then went to Tim Hortons to pick up 2 gallons of hot coffee and many cups, creamers, sugars, etc. I ventured from there to find as many homeless people as I could within a close distance and ensure the coffee stayed piping hot. After driving out a few minutes, I stopped at a park and seen a large group of homeless people in horrible conditions, huddled up to protect themselves from the cold as I pulled up. I got out and handed out all the food and coffee to these people who were so happy to eat something warm and drink some hot coffee. It was like winning the lottery to them. So to me, it was doing what I needed to do, the right thing. Bitcoin was being used for something good, something right. This was just the beginning. I uploaded the second video and it too got a lot of attention, so I went to make a third one. This is what ChangeTip Inc. wrote about what I was doing on their blog. There's a blog link. I'll put this whole article below, guys, for you all on my Facebook thing. I look so tired. It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so for the third video, I want it to be bigger and better of an outing. So I used whatever Bitcoin I had in my wallet, and I had a friend friends send me some as well for helping him out with some things. So I just took it all and went back out, this time hitting up the Montreal's most famous bagel shops. I bought 3 dozen fresh bagels right out of the wood oven, and then went to Tim Hortons donut shop. Okay, hashtag Tim Horton. Tim Hortons donut shop, and brought 2 big dozens of 50 tidbits, the donut holes, another couple gallons of piping hot coffee, and went back to the same park that I had helped the people at the second in the second video. This time there were many more sleeping and keeping shelter there. I seen what my random act of kindness was doing for these people in need, and was proud that Bitcoin had paid for everything. I did not have to spend any of my cold hard cash or fiat currency. That's devalued 99% since 2013, excuse me, as the Bitcoin community loves to label it as the fiat currency. On December 24th, the largest French language newspaper here in Montreal published a full-page story about what I had been doing with Bitcoin and feeding the homeless. And their audience of upwards of 550,000 readers for that edition, I was stopped everywhere I went that day, and being stopped 3 days later by regular people out there that wanted to thank me, shake my hand, and ask me how Bitcoin works and how easy it was for them to obtain it in the same way that they had used cash on a daily basis. And there's a link for the story. Everyone that I take a few minutes to explain the details to, they all thank me and totally understand and get on board with Bitcoin, since I explain it to them on what matters and leaves all the geek speak out of it. Think about it. How many mainstream people out there spend time asking questions about what their paper cash money comes from? Why would they? Busy people have no time to sit there and go back through the technical details of cash money. They know it comes from the bank, and it's now in their wallets and their pockets, and they can spend it on whatever they want to buy with it. So, having a very important fact in mind, I simply fill the people in to talk about how and where they can obtain Bitcoin and get very easily with no effort, and they can know how much it is worth and where they can spend it. I imagine to explain all this to each person in a matter of only a few minutes, and they leave the conversation not feeling the least bit confused and actually very interested in getting their hands on their first Bitcoin wallet. It is amazing how you can get the masses interested in something if you take a minute or two to understand that they're not that they are not inside of your mind. They do not have the knowledge of cryptocurrency that you do. They are most not keen on the slang terms and keywords that are used with the cryptocurrency scene. That is the confusing to them. So why on earth would they want, why would you want to willingly confuse someone who you are trying to get on board with Bitcoin? To me, that seems rather sadistic, more so than selfish. Now that I see how many people I have convinced to start using Bitcoin and how they are thanking me for turning them onto it, I have also started consulting local businesses on how easy it is to start accepting Bitcoin in their stores and open up a whole new market demographic. They have no idea on how many trendy Bitcoiner users are out there or hungry to find new places of Bitcoin, spend their Bitcoin. I'm here to put those new places on the map, one business at a time, until the map of places to spend your Bitcoin is filled with little golden dots represent all the Bitcoin-friendly merchants. You guys take a look at BitClub Network, BitLife mobile app coming out right now. I'm also currently setting up a conference I will host here in Montreal that will be open to interested individuals who either are consumers interested in using Bitcoin daily or merchants who want to accept Bitcoin in their businesses. Okay, so he says, I will spend some time explaining this to the audience. In closing, he says this: I'm here to be part of a change in the making and a big part of the mass adoption of Bitcoin by the mainstream. I have many reasons for standing behind Bitcoin, and I want others to feel the same way about it and profit from that knowledge that as much as they can. And he says, that's all for now. Thank you for reading, and do not be shy to hit me up for any information. My email address is adam@adamguerbuez, GUERBUEZ.com. All right, guys. Again, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I just read this so you guys would really get a good understanding of who Adam Guerbuez is, and it means so much that you read this, especially. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I wouldn't be sharing this with you if I didn't feel it was important. So you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel below and watch what's happening as we send Bitcoin viral with Adam Guerbuez as he has joined BitClub Network. So take a look. All right, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.